How's it going, everybody? Too Spooky here. In today's video, we're going to be counting down 10 facts about Heracross. This one was suggested by a few of you guys. I noticed it's been a little while since we did a video on a Generation 2 Pokemon, so thank you so much to those of you who did suggest this one because it's going out to you. Now without further ado, let's hop in. Number 1. In Generation 1, Scyther and Pinsir were essentially the rivals in the bug world. But once Generation 2 was introduced, Heracross took Scyther's role as Pinsir's rival due to Scyther gaining an evolution. Because of this, Pinsir and Heracross are both quite similar. They are both bug types and based on beetles. They both have the same exact height, even when Mega evolved. And finally, they were both given a Mega evolution that was exclusive to different games in Pokemon X and Y, furthering the rivalry. However, in the 7th generation games, a new rival was introduced for Heracross, which is Vikavolt. In a Sun and Moon Pokedex entry for Heracross, it states that in Alola, its biggest rival is Vikavolt, which it's always fighting with. I believe the reason for this is likely because Vikavolt and Pinsir are both known as the Stag Beetle Pokemon, and since Heracross was already rivaled by a Stag Beetle Pokemon which was Pinsir, it only makes sense that a second one would easily become its new sworn enemy. Number 2. Heracross was one of the only 14 Pokemon that were eligible for foreign Pokedex entries in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Not too many people know about this feature, but there was an NPC on Route 226 called the Meister, who could upgrade your Pokedex with the ability to store certain Pokemon's Pokedex entries in different foreign languages. I won't be going over the other 13 Pokemon who were also a part of this small feature, but there was also a bonus for Heracross because in 2007, there was a GTS event that allowed people to trade a Japanese Roselia for an American Heracross. So people in Japan were able to get Heracross's English Pokedex entry for their Pokedexes if they upgraded their Pokedex with that feature. It's a pretty niche fact, but personally I found it pretty interesting. Number 3. Heracross is based on the Japanese rhinoceros beetle, and its name is likely derived in some way from Hercules. Both of these inspirations also led to the characteristic that Heracross are very strong Pokemon, because Hercules is of course a god, and the Japanese rhinoceros beetle is one of the strongest known beetles in existence. Number 4. In a Pokedex entry, we learned that after gaining so much power so suddenly from Mega Evolution, once the Heracross reverts back to normal, their muscles are extremely sore for some time after. So very similar to anime, even Pokemon need to recuperate after receiving some sort of massive power-up. Number 5. Heracross are some of the many Pokemon that have a different gender variation. The male Heracross have two slightly rounded spikes on their horns that are shaped similar to a bow tie, while the female Heracross have their horns rounded and shaped into what looks similar to a heart. Number 6. Mega Heracross currently has the highest base attack stat out of all bug-type Pokemon. In addition to that, Mega Heracross is tied with Genesect, Mega Scizor, and Mega Pinsir for the highest base stat total out of all the bug-type Pokemon. Number 7. Heracross absolutely love honey. For this reason, they generally gather in large forests. Heracross are also quite selfish and prideful creatures, and therefore try their best to keep all the honey to themselves. If a foe tries taking their sacred honey, Heracross will quickly leap and slide its massive horn under its foe's belly and aggressively fling them in the opposite direction with great force. So don't fuck with a Heracross's honey. Number 8. Heracross are generally 4 feet 11 inches tall or 1.5 meters tall, and they generally weigh 119 pounds or 54 kilograms. When Heracross Mega evolves, it also gets slightly taller and weighs slightly more, coming in at 5 feet 7 inches tall or 1.7 meters tall, and weighing in at 138 pounds or 62.5 kilograms. Additionally, Heracross has a gender ratio of 50% male and 50% female, and a catch rate of 45. Number 9. Heracross do have wings, but they are apparently not so good at flying, and some Heracross can't even fly at all. And this is the main reason that Heracross isn't able to learn the HM fly in the games, even though it has wings. And the moment that you've all been waiting for, number 10. So like we stated in Fact 8, Heracross are 119 pounds or 54 kilograms. I'm repeating this to you because we learned in a Pokedex entry that Heracross are extremely strong and are able to lift over 100 times their own weight. This means that a single Heracross is able to lift over 11,900 pounds, or over 5,400 kilograms, which already is a completely insane amount of weight. But once Heracross Mega evolves, it is then able to lift over 500 times its own weight. So if Mega Heracross is 113 pounds or 62.5 kilograms, it is then able to lift over 69,000 pounds.
69.
Or 31,250 kilograms. Moral of this fact, Heracross is f***ing jacked. But there you have it everybody, 10 facts about Heracross. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully you learned something new. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Also make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified about future videos, and while you're at it, make sure to comment what Pokemon you would like to learn about next. Also be sure to leave a like on others' comments so I know which ones you guys really want to see. Also be sure to drop me a follow on Twitter and Twitch, you can find those links in the description. Now if you cannot get enough too spooky content, well be sure to click here for 5 facts about Gastly, and if that's not doing it for you, be sure to click here for 5 facts about Guzzlord. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon with a new video.